Well, what's up, guys? This is Binary. So, here's Binary. She's awesome, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Robot Wars Judgment. Last time we almost finished this map, at least, or so we think. I mean, there could be enemy reinforcements, but I'm just gonna spell it right here and say there are not. So, once again, I'm gotta take out all the enemy units just to make sure we get a ton of money. And this episode was also probably going to be very short. That attack came from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, well, 8. It came from 2 squares to your left and 5 squares? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I must have miscounted that. Yeah, it came from 2 squares to your right, or to your left, and 7 squares above you. Well, let's put Mr. Healy Man in the center. Damn you! Adding a bunch of O's means that he's really serious about that statement. Bam, 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 bam. No, don't object. Stay in the exploding machine. Something. Yes. You can't move. That's good enough. Not good enough for me. I want the monies. I'm sorry, IG, but I need the cash to upgrade your mech. Upgrades don't come free, you know. Which really, in wartime, is really silly. Like, I mean, wouldn't making everything free help out the war effort? Because then you need to spend less money on whatever. It wouldn't, because our economy is, at this point, so essential that it cannot be changed. Sadly. Can I gravity laser beam it? Nope. Unless we're his strike at this point. Snipe. Which, thankfully, she does. First, I think I'm gonna scan him, because I intend to finish the battle in this turn, which means I'm going to want him to have his evasion to be as low as possible. And now that I've used that and also snipe, I'm going to be able to snipe a dude. I'm going to snipe this one. Because I'm going to get a perfect 100% hit chance with this one and not with the other. Okay. Starting to fire gravity, however that works. I'm glad that I chose that one. It would have been a waste of the other. It's dead. You wouldn't happen to have... Nope. Because I'm going to want to make sure that you're dead, so I'm going to use Cypher. I mean, I could use Kira if Cypher misses, but, I'm hoping that won't happen. Have we seen Gekigen Flare this episode yet? I don't think we have. Let's Gekigen Flare. Punch a dude in the face with gravity. Once again, however that works. I do think it's a really neat concept with the whole, like, that, Martian Success from Nadesco did. Like, they don't have force fields, they have gravity fields that, like, use gravity to bend things around them. Although, I think physical attacks would actually be increased in strength because gravity would pull the, you know, whatever. I'm not entirely sure on the specifics of how exactly the gravity field works. It could just be a gravity, it could just bend gravity around it so that things divert around the thing. It'd be very misleading, but whatever. Cypher, use assault and then can you do that? Yes, you can, but just barely. If you couldn't, I would have been very upset by me accidentally hitting that button. Justenia can use Fury. I want to move up here to use... Okay, I can move here. And also potentially get support attack out of the Archangel, but apparently not. Never mind. Counter! I'm pretty sure we've seen it before. In fact, I know we've seen it before, because I'm pretty sure Guy has had counter. And used it once. But, yes. Enemy commanders typically, well, a lot of them will have counter, which is super annoying. Yay! I mean, they're commander units, so it makes sense. They're pro enough to counter. And yes! I was about to say yes, critical hit, but I remembered that I used Fury, which means it was automatically a critical hit. And he just laughs like a maniac after dying. That's great. I'm hoping that I didn't forget a unit. I'm sensing that I probably did. Parts. HE radar, which is immediately going on to Cypher as soon as possible, and our cartridge. Perhaps I spent too much time playing around. All units fall back at once. It appears we will need to treat them seriously. Oh, I forgot to hit kill one, whatever. I don't think it's worth that much, whatever the currency is in this universe. So, yeah, whatever. You know, I'm gonna go with yen because this is a Japanese-only game, and I believe yen is what is the currency in Japan. I might be incorrectly remembering the name of that, but anyway, Zaft Mobile Suits retreating. 3. How's Heliopolis faring? The atmosphere is barely within tolerable levels, but it's fine for the time being. All remaining citizens seem to have taken refuge in the shelters. Thank goodness. Battle strength is way above normal. Seems all those rumors of them going to Mars and back weren't just talk after all. We literally went there and then came back. How can you possibly create a false rumor about that? Captain Mismaru, thank you for your assistance. It appears the enemy is waiting for us outside. I had planned for us to leave Heliopolis after we finished ascertaining the condition of our ship, but we're short on crew and pilots thanks to the previous battle. May we accompany you if at all possible? But Captain Ramius, quiet. Our ship is still undergoing repairs. We also didn't finish resupplying. Why don't we head to the lunar dock? Yes, that would be the safest thing to do, yes. Can't we just head back to Earth and be done with it? No, Noel. Look at the data the Chief sent us. The Chief sent. Those giant aliens are blanketing the atmosphere. Yes, the demons of the stratosphere. They're a serious obstacle, to be sure. We can't face them now. Of course, there's a Federation base in the moon, too. I'm sure we could get them to cooperate with you if we asked. I did not properly space my spaces and that, whatever. Eureka, Zaft is coming after us, too. At this rate... Understood. Fellow travelers have to look after each other. We'll go with you. What a mess. We have civilians running around the ship during battle, and now those people. And on top of that, they're incredibly strong. I wonder if we're in even more danger now. The only way you'd be in more danger is if you shot us. Kira, how did you... Sigh, everyone, I'm glad you're alright. Hey, what is this? Why the hell is there a kid piloting the X-105? Please call it a strike. It's a lot less syllables for me to pronounce. Captain Ramius, would you care to explain? Wait a minute. Explanations. Allow me to explain. Aw, that would have been perfect. They totally should have had Miss Frazange just come out there. Allow me to explain. Not even for any particular reason, just because it would be hilarious. What a surprise. This is Lieutenant Mula Flaga requesting permission to join as a crew member. The ship I was assigned to got destroyed, so... Granted. Right, so who is he? It's a civilian boy. When the attack came, he was nearby to the factory, so I let him inside the jeep. It's weird. For whatever reason, Gundam Seed at least in this translation of the Gundam Seed text in this game, they hardly ever say Gundam. They just say G. But in the Gundam with me, his name is Kira Yamato. His name is Kira Yamato. Yamato. Yeah, as I said, Yamato. No. I say Yamato. You say Yamato. Is that so? Thanks to him, we were able to save the unit, at least. I qualified for... That is a weird word. It looks like it is supposed to be... It definitely is a word. It's not, like, made up or incorrect type or typo or anything, but that is a weird word. You can read that. With the X numbers. But I could barely move the damn thing. A total pain in the ass in the simulator, anyway. I guess that means you're a coordinator, huh? Yes. I knew it. He's a coordinator? Don't move! You're under arrest! Isn't Natral the best, character ever? Wait, the guy who just helped us to save our lives is a coordinator? Somebody shoot him! Because that's smart. Wait, please! Even if he is a coordinator, he isn't an enemy. Didn't you see what he just did? What are you thinking? That's right, Kira's a precious friend of ours. Also, Heliopolis is neutral ground. It doesn't have anything to do with the Plant Federation war. So it isn't out of the question to find a coordinator on board, right? Yeah, I am a first-generation coordinator, after all. So your parents were naturals. Sorry, kid, I just wanted to know is all. Alright, I'm just gonna go adjust my 0. I need a break from this drama. That is very true. For whatever reason, Gundam shows seem to have a thing for having, like, over-the-top, really depressing drama. Typically why I don't watch Gundam shows, but whatever. Actually, I wanted to ask if you'd be willing to command the ship, Lieutenant Flaga. I may be more experienced than you, sure. But on the other hand, I don't know the first thing about this ship. You're the captain, and I'm the pilot. I'll strut my stuff out there on the battlefield, thank you very much. I don't think we have time to hesitate. Even if we tag along with the Nadesco, the Crusade squadron is waiting outside. And they're bad news. If we're not all at full strength, we're going to be in trouble. Are you alright, Commander? Ah, sorry about that. The data Miguel got from the enemy was certainly helpful. If it weren't for that, I would be the laughingstock of our forces. Who would have expected those damn naturals to do so well? We can't fall back now. Well, there's at least one alien in their presence, first of all. Can't fall back now. Let the rest of us scramble next time, Commander. I intended to do so. As you already know, the operating system in the new Federation weapons is inadequate. It's a bit weird seeing plural and then seeing plural noun and then singular whatever the heck is. I still don't know how that unit in there managed to move like that. Counting that unit with phase shift armor, the new ship and the squadron from Nurgle. The new ship and that squadron from Nurgle, they're far stronger than anticipated. It is also plainly obvious that we cannot allow them to leave Heliopolis. Once you're finished extracting the data from those 4 units, prepare to scramble. And thus ends Chapter 6, Collapsing Land, Part 1. I was completely off when I predicted the name of the stage, in any case. I should actually probably start doing this. Backup saves. So yeah. Also robo. Hit rate +5. Victory conditions, destroy 1 enemy unit. Defeat conditions, enter turn 1 enemy phase. Allied unit shot down. They only have 1 unit, so I don't know why they bothered. Whatever. They sort of have to be generic with these. This here is once again a continuation of terrain defense, or of terrain. Here we have a unit with on terrain that gives him +20% defense. A unit on no defense terrain, but he's also really close to Baldi, so it can't fire his laser at him. And finally, we have a Skull Gunner that has +15% defense. Now, This guy is clearly a no-go, so we have two options. We can either attack the Skull Gunner with our close-range weapon, which is weaker, or we can chance it and go for the stronger one. However, and I'm just going to tell you this right now, this guy here is a red herring. If you overthink it, you're not going to be able to get past it. Well, there's not too many options here, so you will, but it's besides the point. In any case, the correct solution is to attack this one. And cleared stage 6. Huzzah! He has monies. So now, let's get to the other things. Pilot training. Kira has decent evade, and it's not going to take long at all to start working on his other stats. But as you can see here, he's much more of a ranger than a ranged fighter than a melee fighter. But I'm going to want to get him to be balanced so that I can rely on the sword strike when the time needs, because there are aquatic maps and they are very annoying. But as I mentioned, we're gonna first upgrade his evasion. By the way, if you back out, it changes the order. It's kind of annoying sometimes. Mew. I'm going to be giving him, once again, he's more of a balanced unit, which is also nice. I'm going to want to make him, probably also no, I'm going to probably focus on with his range. Seeing as most of the units he's going to get have only ranged attacks, so, but once again, first, we're going to want to up his evasion so that he doesn't get hit very often. Currently, he's in a plane, so he doesn't have much to worry about, but we're going to want to prepare for anything unexpected. Next, Mrue. Defense is better. Oh, this is perfect. So, I'm going to upgrade Murue's defense. And Nataro's range. This isn't necessarily a good idea, but I'm fine with doing this. It's nice. Cypher. Yeah, you definitely get stat increases. They may only be slight, but you definitely get a stat increase every time you level up, which makes sense, but it's still nice to know. Case, putting two more points into range. And finally, we are getting to the 1 points. Putting 1 point into your evasion, and 1 point into your evasion. Huh. Rowan is tankier. How about that? 1 point into Akito's evasion. 1 point into Hikaru's evasion. 1 point into Sayaka's defense. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Modules. What did we get last battle? Hit +5 and range +5. Hit rate +5 would be really nice. I can put that onto... not Koji. I'll put it onto... Put it onto Kira, why not? Do I have any evade more? No. Does anyone else who doesn't really need to have a defense +5? Doesn't look like it. Because IG and Rowan do kind of need it. That also might be why Rowan's a bit tankier than, No, I don't think it is. I think he's still tankier, even though. Parts. Once again, we have the Archangel now, which is our second warship. Again, this is sort of a thing in Super Robot Wars games. You always have 2 warships throughout the course of the game. You will, if you don't have 2 warships to begin with, you'll eventually get one. In case, parts. Well, first of all, Longbow. Although I might regret this down the road because of the lessened defense, I'm going to make him a very good sniper and increase his range to very silly. From insane to silly. Now, next, I'm probably going to, since you have to be all up close and personal all the time, I'm going to put some Chobam armor on you. What else do we got? Oh, we got a booster. Where's my Zinger's at? My Zinger's at! Booster. As you can see here, force deployed, Sword Strike Gundam next match, or next battle. I'm gonna give him a repair kit, and also cartridge. If you're wondering why I'm giving him a cartridge, you'll see. Now for the 2 propellant tanks, I think I'll put them onto Akito's unit. And also... Ryoko's? Hikaru's already got one, so, here's the cartridge. I'm thinking... Where's Akazuki? Akazuki, congratulations. Have a propellant tank. And do we have anything else? Nope. Okay, we're done with parts setup. Now for some unit upgrades. Because last time we did weapons. What units? You should probably always save your, or you should really always save your, upgrading the ships last, because they're quite tanky on their own. I don't know, I honestly have no idea why I upgraded after I did all. Akazuki, I'm not planning on using. Yes, Babel, I should probably upgrade you. It's you. Also going to upgrade the Strike. And Lasner. Please tell me that. Okay, good. I'm not finished up. Right, I was trying to get into the habit of not upgrading everything, and now I've changed my mind, and I'm probably going to be finishing upgrades with that, and also upgrades with here as well. That's expensive. In any case. That's that, but we have some new units and stuff to go over, so let's go to reference. Starters, let's go to Spirit Commands, because I think we do have a few new ones. Actually, I don't think we do. That's bigger, less. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like we do. Never mind. But, abilities. Coordinator. As will increases, so too does the pilot's effectiveness. Once again, passive ability, I tend to not notice it as much. Basically, image feedback system coordinator, same thing. So really, them coordinators and Zaf should really stop being so cocky when naturals can also be just the same as a coordinator with the image feedback system. Is no one else on comment? No, still just me. I'm saying a lot because I have no idea what to say. I think that's it. I don't think we have any other new abilities, so... sorry, special skills, my mistake. Going on to abilities. Sword equipped, gun equipped, shield equipped. I've also heard that shield defense is broken in this game, like it doesn't do anything and it doesn't always activate. So whatever. It looks neat though. Swap, repair, supply, load. Phase shift armor. Absorbs 800 damage from attacks using normal ammunition. Consumes 10 energy. Also, laminate armor. Absorbs 1,200 damage from beam attacks. Note, beam attacks. And only beam attacks. Basically, it's the opposite of this. If you ignore the numbers, exact numbers involved, it's basically their opposites. This one deals with regular ammunition, this deals with lasers. I'm pretty sure that's it, though. Yeah, that is it. That is all. That's all she wrote, folks. Let's reference. Background music. Oh, nah. We can go over that at the end of the project. But we have a new unit. So now we can look at all of the actually, let's look at it from the actual unit statistics screen. Just for a more detailed look. But we can sort of see all of the Gundam, Strike Gundam, frames. So first we have Launcher Strike Gundam, which is effectively the ranged form. Does it have less movement? No. Thankfully, it does not decrease your movement, but it does, as you might expect, as with all other frames like this, such as the Estivalis's. This unit, this makes the, makes... Hold on while I think of the sentence before I actually try to speak it. This makes the Strike Gundam a bit tankier, but also quite a bit quite a bit tankier, but quite a bit less dodgy. By quite a bit, I mean not enough to matter in the slightest on the armor point of view, and quite a bit to matter on the dodginess point of view. However, this is also a very ranged focus frame, and as such, I used it quite a bit in my previous playthroughs, back when I wasn't making him a balanced pilot, and I probably still will use it a lot. Now, the problem with this one is that it is incredibly badly suited for water. Because here, this doesn't do anything in water. This is crappy in water. Its weakest attack, because this isn't an attack. I mean, you could try and say that this is an attack, but I'm not going to believe you, because it doesn't do enough damage for me to consider it an attack. But the weakest attack on this thing is the only one that's okay in water. Plus, they're all ammunition-based, so you're going to run out of ammo eventually. Next, we have the Sword Strike Gundam, which you've seen before. It technically only has 2 attacks. Once again, this doesn't count. It has Midas, however you pronounce the second word, which is an ammunition-based attack, and you saw it. This here is a sword. Basically, you do sword things. And it's awesome because it consumes absolutely no resources. Finally, we have the Ale Strike Gundam, which, by the way, we're going to be forced to deploy in the next map. No matter which frame you select for Strike Gundam, he's going to be it will be deployed with the Ale frame. Once again, it technically only has 2 weapons, and both 2 weapons do the same amount of damage. Then you also have the combo attack. This has a higher crit rate and a higher hit chance, but it can be countered by counter cut, and it also has a range of 1. I typically don't use Beam Saber. I thought it's funny because when I first played this game, I didn't think they would do this. I like have 2 attacks with the same amount of damage, so I always thought this was actually better because I never actually paid attention to the number. But now that I paid attention to the number, I never use this. I always use Beam Rifle. This one is like definitely the least damage heavy or damage dealing unit though, so keep that in mind. And finally we have the regular Strike Gundam, which now that we have docked it, has a bazooka. Once we get select a few other parts, specifically one that makes Strike Gundam aquatic, this will probably be the frame that I go to, simply because it has a ranged attack, and the part that I'm in question will increase Strike Gundam and all of its weapons that can actually fire underwater, so that they have supreme status. They have like over average, A being average and S being above average. So yeah, those are the Strike Gundam frames. And this has been the episode. It's pretty decently long. So yeah. Until next time, everybody, we will go through Collapsing Land Part 2. Until then.